Good morning. We're going to start off singing again today. This song, Gather Your Courage, is one that's become popularized in the Minnesota singing resistance movement that has emerged in recent weeks. And it was written by Coco Love Alcorn. The chorus is on the screens, and the verse is in call and response form. So we'll start with the chorus. We'll sing that through 2 or 3 times. And then when we get to the verse, Mary will lead the call, and I will lead the response.
Why don't we go ahead and rise for this one? And as you're rising, if this is your kind of thing, if you like this kind of singing, we're going to be doing a community singing night this upcoming Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'm doing it with Dio. Oh, I just saw her.
She's somewhere.
Doing it with Dio. There she is. Doing it with Dio. Cantor Calix from Temple Emmanuel is going to be joining us too. It's going to be just a fun night of singing. All right, let's do like a boom, chip, a doom, doom, kit, a doom, a doom. Gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start. Sing it out now.
Gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start.
One more time.
Gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start.
Everybody show up.
Everybody show up.
Everybody rise up.
Everybody rise up.
Everybody shake it up.
Everybody shake it up.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
Gather up.
Gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start. Gather your courage into your heart.
Yeah, harmony.
When we're together, we can start.
Everybody speak up.
Everybody speak up.
Everybody reach out.
Everybody reach out.
Everybody shake it out.
Everybody shake it out.
Everybody here.
Everybody here.
Gathered up.
Gather your courage into your heart.
Gather up now.
When we're together, we can start. And gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start.
Gather this power.
Gather this power
Into your hands.
into your hands.
Care for each other.
Care for each other.
All over this land.
All over this land.
Gather up. Gather your courage into your heart.
When we're together, we can start. Gather your courage into your heart. When we're together, we can start.
Yeah, thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning. Welcome to the Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill. We are delighted that you could join us for the service. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is Roxy Mountjoy, and I serve as a worship associate for this congregation. Laughing because Claire is repeating the words back to mouthing the words at me. If you are a newcomer or visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill to receive more information about our congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter. If you're joining us online today, please say hello or good morning in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. We'd like to hear from you and extend a welcome to you as well. We welcome children of all ages to our service. For quiet play, we have a children's area here in the sanctuary. For louder activities, we have a nursery just outside the corner entrance to the sanctuary. We also have a comfort room accessible through the back hallway from which you can hear and see the service. Also, I've been asked to remind you to be aware of where the emergency exits are each side and in the back in case of an emergency. A gentle reminder to everyone in the sanctuary to please silence your cell phones or other electronic devices so that we all may enjoy the service uninterrupted by buzzing or ringing. Today's sermon is titled, Love Beyond Belief. As you use, we honor any and all beliefs that respect the inherent worth of every individual while recognizing that we are in an independent relationship with one another and with the earth. But beneath and beyond any and all beliefs, there is a more important commitment to a love that transcends belief. Our opening words were written by Gretchen Haley. For this one moment, know only that you are loved, that you are safe and whole and loved. Know that you belong here, here among us, here upon this earth. However tired or broken your heart may be, whatever fear, disappointment, anger you carry, for this hour, know you are not alone. Feel the presence of others surrounding you, breathing beside you and with you. Discovering together the way our voices rise and fall together in harmony, in hope. Claim here a resilient freedom, the choice for love, for light, to live with joy and gratitude and praise as a form of resistance. Already we are organizing. Come, let us worship together. Please join me in saying the words to light our chalice. We light this chalice as a beacon of hope for all who have ever walked through our doors, for those who may yet find this spiritual home, and for all those things we dare to hope and dream.
Please rise once more so we can keep on singing together. This is it.
This is it, this is it, this is the place you want to be. This is it, this is it, this is the place you want to be. Don't wait until tomorrow to let yourself be free. This is it, this is the place you want to be. This is it, this is it, this is the song you want to sing. This is it, this is it, this is the song you want to sing. Don't wait until tomorrow to let your voices ring. This is it, this is the song you want to sing. This is it, this is it, this is the love you want to feel. This is it, this is it, this is the love you want to feel. Don't wait until tomorrow to let your love be real. This is it, this is the love you want to feel. This is it, this is it, the world is calling out to you. This is it, this is it, the world is calling out to you. Don't wait until tomorrow for what you came to do. This is it, the world is calling out to you. This is it, this is it, this is the place you want to be. This is it, this is it, this is the place you want to be. Don't wait until tomorrow to let yourself be free. This is it, this is the place you want to be.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Good morning, friends. It is now our time for all ages. If there are any kiddos present that want to come up, now is your chance. Good morning, friends. Have you ever played with a magnet? No? I always thought magnets were so cool, especially the really strong ones. I wish we had some really strong magnets here so I could show you what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh, I brought my magnets today.
You brought your magnets? Oh my goodness, how convenient. Thank you so much, Mary. Some magnets are so strong that you don't have to touch something for it to move. It just pulls things forward all by itself. And magnets don't just pull, they also push things away. If you've ever tried to put the same sides together, you could feel it resisting. Like, nope, not coming any closer. Magnets can pull things in and they can push things away. You know, I think love is kind of like that for us as Unitarian Universalists. Sometimes love pushes things away. Love says no to things like hatred or bullying or hurting others. If I really love this world, if I really love the people in it, I can't just sit back when harm is happening. Love pushes me to stand against it. But love also pulls us closer. It draws us towards kindness, care, and understanding. It brings us together, even when we believe different things. And as Unitarian Universalists, we do believe different things. We don't all agree on what happens after we die, or exactly why we're here, or what the universe means. But that's not the most important part of who we are. What matters most is something deeper than belief. It's the force that pulls us toward one another and pushes us to make the world more loving and more just. I think that force is called love. And just like a magnet, it pulls and pushes us to create a more just and compassionate world. And with that, we will head to our RE class. Let's sing the kiddos out. Thank you so much.
As you go, may joy surround you.
As you go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, may joy surround you. As you go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go. This is the time in our service when we share joys and sorrows that have been submitted by members of the congregation. Joys and sorrows may be submitted online through our website or by filling out one of the forms that you can find in the entranceway to the church. After each joy or sorrow that I share, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." A joy from Miriam Carr. Miriam says, "Both of my daughters applied for summer travel abroad programs, and both won huge scholarships and are going. Eden will be going to London to study theater and culture. Dana will be going to Mexico to study Spanish and culture. And Harrison reapplied and landed a job back at Rollers. When you're there, please say hi to Harrison." For Miriam and her children, we hold you in our hearts. A sorrow from Joan Reddy. Joan says, "This past Friday, my sister Janet went into home hospice care. For Joan, for her sister, and for their families, we hold you in our hearts." A joy from Catherine and Mark Roderkus. Mark and Catherine's son, Grant Roderkus, asked the lovely, brilliant Megan to marry him this week, and she said yes. To the Roderkus family, we hold you in our hearts. As we sing our musical meditation, we invite anyone who feels moved to do so to come forward, light a candle, place it in the sand, and then return to your seat. Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. Let us pause for a time of stillness to consider our experience of spring. Spring is a time of emerging and opening. Plants and flowers emerge from the ground and open to sunshine and rain. Animals emerge from hibernation, opening their senses to a season of growth. And we emerge from our blankets and coats, opening our hearts and minds to new possibilities. Let us pause now for a moment of silence as we consider what we might be emerging from and what we might be opening to. May the light of spring open our senses to what is happening within and around us. May the warmth of spring open our hearts to caring and compassion. And may the hope of spring open our deepest selves to healing, wholeness, and transformation. Amen. One of the primary reasons that religion exists is to create space for people to hold and examine the big questions that we all encounter as human beings, including what do we believe is of ultimate importance in life, and how does that belief shape our understanding and our experience of the universe? Beliefs about the ultimate nature and structure of things can sometimes vary widely or even wildly, and the answers that people come up with can sometimes seem absurd. There's a well-known story about a famous person, a philosopher and scientist, who was explaining how the world as we know it came into being. At this lecture, he spoke for a while about things like the Big Bang and cosmology and astronomy and things like that. He was offering a very detailed scientific explanation of the origins of the physical world. He went on for some time in great detail before finally stopping, taking a breath, and asking if anyone had any questions. One older man in the audience at the back of the hall stood up and raised an objection to the presentation. He said something like, "That all sounds very good, but we all know it's gibberish. That's just not the way things are." "Really?" the lecturer said. "Well, what is your view?" "Obviously," the man said, "the earth is a flat plate that rests on the back of a giant turtle." The lecturer was a bit dumbfounded and didn't know how to respond, but after a moment he went on. He smiled and he said, "Really, I don't see how that could possibly be true, because if the earth is a flat plate resting on a turtle's back, what is it that's holding the turtle up? And the man said, I can tell that you're a very clever person, but the fact is that it's turtles all the way down. Turtles all the way down. So that's the thing about big questions. It's difficult and maybe impossible to prove the answers to everyone's satisfaction. And an even bigger challenge is that just when we do think that we have everything figured out, we find out something new that makes us question everything we've believed in. We are still asking some of the same big questions that millions of people have asked before us and that billions will ask after us. That, as I said, is one reason why we have religion, why we have religious communities, to help us think about the big questions and the possible answers, and more importantly, to help us hold unresolved questions and paradoxes. Our own religious tradition tells us that it's up to us, using our own minds and our own lived experiences, to determine what's true and what's not, and to search for answers in community with other people and support each other along the way. Each year, our coming-of-age students, typically 8th graders, go through a year-long curriculum designed to help them think about those big questions in life and develop their own answers to them, which they present to the congregation in the form of personal credo statements. And you'll have an opportunity to hear from this year's coming-of-age class at our service on May 4th. During my first year here, I wrote my own belief credo statement as an example for our students to read, not for them to copy or imitate, but rather to give them some ideas about what such a statement might look like. My credo went like this. When I was a child, there was a song that was popular called I Believe in Music by Mac Davis. The chorus went like this: I believe in music, I believe in love. It struck me back then that it was a pretty good statement of belief. It articulated in a simple and compelling way what I believed as a child and what I essentially still believe now. I believe in love not just as some fluffy, fluttery, sugary emotion, but as a real force for good in the world. I believe that I have been loved into the person that I am today, that I am the sum total of the love that has been freely given to me over the course of my life. Because I have been so well loved by so many people, family members, friends, teachers, mentors, strangers, and others, I believe that it is important for me to love others. Even if I hadn't been so well loved, I'd like to think that I'd still want to love others. Sometimes loving others, other people, other creatures, other things, is easy, and sometimes it is enormously challenging. Sometimes I will succeed, and sometimes I will fail. But if I call myself back to being a basically loving person, then I think I will have gone a long way toward living a good life. And as for music, it's hard for me to imagine life without music. Certain songs evoke very specific moments in time, some good, some bad, some indifferent. I tend to define different periods of my life by the particular kinds of music and musical artists that I listen to during those times. And there's so much that can be expressed through music that is difficult to express in any other way, including expressing love itself. So there it is. I believe in music. I believe in love. And that's where my credo statement ended. What I was articulating in the statement was that for me, it's not turtles all the way down. It is love all the way down. Love is that which is of ultimate importance, and more than anything else is the force that shapes my life and my ideas about how I want to live my life. But centering one's life on love can be challenging at times. It's not always simple or easy. Anthony DeMello tells a story about a great spiritual teacher and one of his students. The student asked, "What is love?" The teacher replied, "Love is the total absence of fear." Then the student asked, "And what is it that we fear?" The teacher replied, "What we fear most is love." And it's true. Fear is frequently what keeps us from being loving people. But what we often fear is love itself. We're afraid that we're not deserving of love from ourselves or others. We're afraid that we're not capable of loving others as they need to be loved. We're afraid that either in being loved or loving others, we will be too vulnerable and exposed. And that's why we need to recognize the ways in which our lives are immersed in love, whether we know it or not. We need to make a change in the way we view love, not as a risky undertaking, but as a fact of our existence, as a basic building block of human community and human experience. Take, for example, this lovely poem by Liesl Muller titled "Love Like Salt." It lies in our hands in crystals too intricate to decipher. It goes into the skillet without being given a second thought. It spills on the floor so fine we step all over it. We carry a pinch behind each eyeball. It breaks out on our foreheads. We store it inside our bodies in secret wineskins. At supper, we pass it around the table, talking of holidays and the sea. When I first started seminary, one of my professors asked each of us this question: who loved you into this place? In other words, who were the people whose love has carried you along and kept you afloat and helped you reach this particular port or juncture in your journey? When I reflected on that question, it became clear to me that the people who loved me into who I am did so not so much through grand or dramatic gestures, but through love like salt, something that could be found in the hands and on the faces of family members and friends, something that was tossed into skillets and casserole dishes, something that was passed around the kitchen table, sometimes accompanied by laughter, sometimes by tears. Large or small, for me, it's always been love, love all the way down. But love is also bigger than just our own personal experiences. When we become full and complete participants in love, when we are able to work through our fear of loving and being loved, when we are living more from the heart than just from the head alone, then we experience not just love, but something I think of as big love, the kind of love that is so expansive it can hold all, like a stream or a river or the sea. Thich Nhat Hanh offered a teaching that illustrates how the smallness of our thinking and our fixation on small matters keeps us from experiencing this larger love, this big love that absorbs and transcends our fears and anxieties. He said, if you pour a handful of salt into a cup, the water becomes undrinkable. But if you pour the salt into a river, people can continue to draw the water to cook, wash, and drink. The river is immense, and it has the capacity to receive, embrace, and transform. He said, when our hearts are small, our understanding and compassion are limited, and we suffer. But when our hearts expand, these same things don't make us suffer anymore. We have a lot of understanding and compassion and can embrace ourselves and others. We start with ourselves and others just as they are, and then we and they have a chance to transform. In my life, it has been the kitchen table experiences of love and understanding that have led me toward the river of love that has the capacity to receive, embrace, and transform all. When I was in my teens and 20s, and a bit into my 30s as well, if I'm honest, as I've mentioned before, I struggled mightily with a number of personal issues. I had an undiagnosed anxiety disorder that I was unconsciously attempting to self-medicate with alcohol and drugs, which then became its own problem, so that I was struggling not just with anxiety, but addiction as well, layer upon layer of pain. And I started getting lost in a downward spiral of shame. I didn't feel that I was deserving of anyone's love. And I started avoiding family get-togethers because I couldn't imagine that anyone could actually love me, or that I would be capable of loving them. But sometime during this period of downward spiraling, I did manage to visit family, and I remember a moment when I was sitting in my grandma's kitchen, eating soup, beans, and cornbread, which were always either on the stove or on the table. And I felt in that particular moment enveloped in love, love like salt, love that was sprinkled by practiced hands into the cornbread and soup beans, into the very air that I was breathing, permeating and breaking through my hardened belief that I was incapable of being loved and loving. Love shot through me, and at least for a moment, I was aware of this stream that leads to a river that leads to an ocean of big love, big enough to absorb my struggles, big enough to embrace me just as I was, big enough to transform fear into love itself. In that moment, belief was irrelevant. Whether it was belief in my own unworthiness or belief in something more positive and affirming, belief was irrelevant because the experience of love was bigger than anything else. When we experience moments like this one, we understand that ultimately we love and are loved beyond belief, that there is a transcendent thread that binds us together, and that it is love all the way down. There are so many challenges facing us today. Violence and hatred, bigotry and greed, war, and disasters of every kind. We have a choice about how we respond to these challenges. We can do so by hardening our shells and trying to shut ourselves off from these troubling things,
or we can respond by opening ourselves up to something big enough to hold and absorb all, that's bigger than our troubles and ourselves alone. I hope and pray that in this religious community and in our own lives, we will choose again and again to live from that place where all is embraced and all is transformed, that place of big love, love beyond belief. May it be so. Amen.
Please rise once more in body or spirit to join in singing There Is More Love.
Till I find it, there is more love somewhere, more hope. There is more hope somewhere. There is more hope somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more hope somewhere. More peace. There is more peace somewhere. There is more peace somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more peace somewhere. More joy. There is more joy somewhere. There is more joy somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more joy somewhere. More love. There is more love somewhere. There is more love somewhere. I'm gonna keep on till I find it. There is more love somewhere.
Our Share the Plate beneficiary for the month of March is the Collaborative for Immigrant Impact. The Collaborative is a group of 18 organizations that work together to defend the international community in our region, support one another, and find innovative ways to preserve the diversity that enriches our neighborhoods, schools, and economy. You can make a gift online on our website or by text at 412-324-3130. We'll be passing our offering baskets for cash and checks in just a moment. If you're writing a check, please make it out to UUCSH and put share the plate in the memo line. Thank you for your generosity. Please join me in saying the words to extinguish our chalice. As soon as I pull them up. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Before our closing words, I have a few brief announcements to share. After this service, we'll have a bring your own lunch and discussion group featuring John Hooper and myself. John is here, hey. So it'll begin in the fellowship hall with lunch and then move into the sanctuary around 12:45 or 1 o'clock. You actually probably have time to go out and pick something up for lunch if you didn't bring it with you. All are invited to stay for that program as we explore two different perspectives that lead us to a very common place in the end. Also, the Sunnyhill auction, the black and gold auction, will take place on April 11th. Today is the actual deadline for buying tickets at the early bird price, assuming there's still tickets left to be purchased. So I'd strongly encourage you to buy them today. Are there still tickets left? Do we know? There are 5 tickets left, so you need to move really fast. And also the deadline for getting donations in is coming up on April 4th in the very near future. So please think about that and donate something for the auction. The third thing is an environmental justice series that's taking place beginning later this month. It's in 4 sessions, the first of which will be here at Sunnyhill. And the next 3 will be field trips to various locations, including Wingfield Pines, Pittsburgh Botanic Garden, and McKinley Park in the Knoxville neighborhood of Pittsburgh. This is both an educational series and will lead to advocating for a project in McKinley Park at the end of it. You can go to the link from the QR code here or find it on our website if you would like to register for any or all of those events. You don't have to go to all 4. Finally, there's a No Kings rally taking place this coming Saturday, March 28th, at the Mount Lebanon Park next to the Mount Lebanon Recreation Center. A number of Sunnyhillers have been involved in helping to organize this. And I will be there helping to lead some singing. So I invite any and all who are willing and want to be there to please come out next Saturday. It's at 4:00 p.m. at the Mount Lebanon Park. We'll close now with these words. There is finally only one thing required of us, that is to take life whole, the sunlight and shadows together, to live the life that is given us with courage and humor and truth. We have such a little moment out of the vastness of time for all our wondering and loving. Therefore, let there be no half-heartedness. Rather, let the soul be ardent in its pain, in its yearning, in its praise. Then shall peace enfold our days, and glory shall not fade from our lives. Go in peace.